Mystery is back. You got that right, Jack. Now, the serious subject on my mind happens to be the conflict over in the Middle East. I haven't spoken enough about this. Maybe I've touched upon it philosophically or mystically, but right now I want to get into specifics. I'm also concerned that many of my viewers don't really know enough about the whole situation. Israel has been in a conflict with Lebanon, but it goes beyond just an international relation. It's really about the conflict of nebulous empires. The two empires would be one under the axis of the United States superpower. The other one would be under the axis of we could call it the Al-Qaeda empire, or we could call it the Islamic Extreme Federation. I'm not sure if they actually have a name for it. Without meaning any disrespect, I'm just not sure what to call it, but it is somewhat cohesive as an empire. Less defined than you would have with the United States sphere, which is a more well-defined superpower. Of course, that includes Israel, and the other includes Lebanon. Today, there has been an exchange of bodies. And I say bodies because some of those were not living bodies. Israel gave up some of the people they were holding as prisoner. I'm not sure the exact count. It could be 10, could be 20, or in that range. And Lebanon gave up 2 bodies, which were dead. Now, the dead bodies were apparently casualties of the war about 2 years ago, when there was a conflict between Israel and Lebanon. I'm pretty sure that you're aware of that. I'm pretty sure that you should know about it. Because this is the contact point between the two empires around that conflict. And this is why there's more tension between the U.S. and Iran. This is why there's a whole issue about how much should we, in America, the people, be involved with Iraq, with Afghanistan, and now with Iran, Lebanon, Syria. And how much should we be involved with Israel? Let me just put it this way. The exchange of bodies was a very sensitive, very well-orchestrated maneuver. There's a lot of tension that can be involved with such a thing. There's a lot of mutual agreements that have to be made every single step of the way so that there are no complications. Both sides have to agree to each point of the plan. Everything has to be specifically outlined and agreed to and analyzed. Okay, this is what happens, and then this comes next, and then you ship the bodies here, and the helicopter has to patrol, and there's a neutral party. Multinational, United Nations, all that kind of stuff. And you say, why? Over some bodies? Yeah, bodies, it's important. Now, what about the people that were given up and released back to Lebanon? These people were held prisoner. Some of them were considered to be rather reviled criminals. Now, I'm not going to say actually what they did of doing and why they were held. Now, it's very likely that they would have done that, those things. It's very likely that they are indeed guilty. Now, are these bodies bargaining chips as part of the bigger process that's happening? You have to wonder. Does both sides or all sides consider the individual body or dead bodies remains that important? For the humanity of it is to say that, the bodies are symbolic. The bodies have attachments to people that still exist. And those people, they know people. It's all associated. The families, the friends, all the connections within the military, within the whole culture. There's a lot more to talk about here. There's a lot more. It's just very sad, folks. I'm not involved with this directly as of yet. I'm not taking any sides. I just want the right thing, because we are all one people on this planet. We should be, and we will be. Mark my words. We're going in that direction. And what is all this with the governments and the violent players in this and their entrenched positions? Okay, we're going to have to start talking a lot more about this. Thanks for listening. Now, it's really quite simple, as any subject would be, if you just face it with an open mind and the confidence which is at hand. I can give you confidence. I believe you can do it. After all, Mr. E has done it. Mr. E will make you believe that you can do anything. Why not? Don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. If you build up to it, if you gradually work with a plan, step by step, with your mind, you will be able to do anything. Within the bounds of physical reality. Now, learning about a subject, gathering information, and understanding it logically, that's easy.